And now, let's go ahead and jump into a conversation about Dave Doeren. It's been made public by the powers that be that Dave Doeren will be the head coach of NC State next year. First of all, it's crazy that has to be announced, but it is, right? It used to be you only had to make an announcement when you were firing your coach or when your coach was leaving or retiring. Now, it's I don't want to say necessary, but I think it makes everything cleaner if you just make the announcement right after the regular season every year for this reason. Now everybody can plan. Right? The transfer portal opens 1 month from tomorrow. You want to give your coaching staff every piece of possible advantage on re-signing players, getting commitments from players on your roster prior to the transfer portal opening. And now Dave Doeren can say with full certainty and public confirmation, I want you to stay around where you will play for me. And if he wants to keep coordinators and everything, where you will play for me and same coordinator, same position coach, right? Whoever he decides. Here's a point. And by the way, check out Pack Therapy, the podcast. I co-host it with Mike Glennon. And it's up everywhere podcasts can be found, including our app and our YouTube channel, 99.9 The Fan. We stumbled into this. Dave Doeren is given a lot of credit. And I've done it, so I'm not acting like, everybody else says, for raising the bar at NC State. Right? And he may not always reach it, but he's the reason it's so high in the first place. Give him credit for that. I thought this was interesting. Tom O'Brien, who was the head coach for State prior to Dave Doeren, right? It was a long time ago because Dave Doeren's been the head coach for over a decade. He was fired after winning 9 games, 8 games, and 7 games. And he didn't get to coach in the bowl game that third year. He was fired prior to. So, right at this point in the season that we're in right now, he won 9 games, 8 games, 7 games, and then was fired. So you could argue the bar that was set for NC State prior to Dave Doeren being hired was 9 games, 8 games, 7 games is not enough to keep your job. By the way, that was in year 4, 5, and 6 of the Tom O'Brien era. Dave Doeren just got the vote of confidence for next year, despite winning 9 games, 6 games, and 7 games this year. Maybe 8, but Tom O'Brien didn't get to see the bowl game, so, we're at the same point. 9 games, 6 games, 7 games. And instead of year 4, 5, and 6, that was year 11, 12, and 13, and he's already been given 14. Has the bar been raised? Because 9 plus 8, that's 17, plus 20. Wait a second. 9, 8, and 7 is more total wins than 9, 6, and 7. 2, to be exact. I'm just pointing out stats, right? That's just numbers. There's one of 2 things that need to happen here, okay? And one of them already isn't happening, right? The what is the cliche, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. By the way, I'm not calling for Dave Doeren's removal. Maybe I'm arguing that Tom Bryan should have been given more of a chance. That's not the point of this conversation. My point is, after 13 years of Dave Doeren, I think you kind of know what he is as a coach. And I'm not saying that he can't improve or coaches, can't have magical moments after long times at a certain school. But 13 years, 8 wins, 7 wins, 7 wins, 9 wins, 9 wins, 4, 8, 9, 8, 9, 6, 7. Like, you kind of know he's in the 6 to 9 range. You know what I mean? If you want more than that, you better give him something more than he's been given. If you keep Dave Doeren, what more are you giving him? Do you know what's the most frustrating thing in the world? We saw it at UNC. We just saw it recently at Virginia Tech. We've seen it at LSU with Lane Kiffin. Why do you have to fire your coach before you get the resources to support your team? Right? Mac Brown made half as much as Bill Belichick and didn't have near the support financially for NIL and everything else. And Bill Belichick comes in and he's given more. Virginia Tech fires Brent Pry and then comes up with $50 million per season more approved by the Board of Trustees for athletics, and they hire James Franklin. Lane Kiffin gets hired at LSU. He's already been told he has $25+ million to put together his roster. Reports are Brian Kelly had 18. Why do you have to fire your coach to reinvest?
Look at NC State basketball with Keats and Will Wade.
Same exact thing, just cross campus. Why not this? Take a coach who you like and believe in and knows your area and has endeared himself to your fans and has beaten your rival a bunch of times and go, let's just do the reinvesting without the firing. And oh, by the way, it should be easier to do because you don't have to raise money for a buyout.
UNC basketball put more resources in with Hubert Davis this year. Got him a general manager, more money.
Look at that. And by the way, I know they dropped an ugly one. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think they're a much more talented team this year.
True.
Like imagine, and I'm not like, again, I don't want to make this about any one coach, but you had to pay Kevin Keats to leave. And you came up with more money for Will Wade. Why does that always happen when you fire a coach? Give Dave Doeren extra, see what happens. Right? Give him the money that you would have raised or you would have committed if you were out there in the coaching cycle and you were trying to compete for a coach to choose you. Maybe that's the 10-win elixir. Maybe that's the magic bullet that gets you to 10 wins or 11 wins, gets you in the ACC championship, because this year proves something. This year in the ACC proves something. Clemson, Florida State, Miami, they're not the behemoths that they were. They're not insurmountable opponents. And if they're going to be vulnerable, that's a vacancy at the top. This was a hot potato of who makes it to the ACC championship. I don't want it, you take it. I don't want it, you take it. Right? Duke had the chance. They lost to Virginia. SMU had the chance. They lost to Cal. Georgia Tech had the chance. They lost to a whole bunch of teams down the stretch. Nobody wanted it. If the difference is $5 million in on your roster, wouldn't you feel really dumb if State had the chance next year with a chaotic ACC to go seize an ACC championship berth and perhaps a CFP appearance just by coming up with the cash that you would have found a way if you were looking for a new coach? It's the what's the saying about the key to marriage is keep dating and flirting and courting or whatever. As soon as you have to go back on the market, you got abs again. Right? You're caring about your appearance. You buy new clothes. State, act like you are still on the market and you're trying to get a new coach to choose you, and you went and got abs and a new coat and everything else. Like you went and got new money from somewhere. Go do that for your current coach. Do that. You've already said he's your guy for next year. Give him the resources to go win.